You'll ever hear the one about the kid who started an internet company in his teens, sold it for $40 million, and a few years later started another one, then sold that to Yahoo for $300 million, all by the age of 25? Sound unreal and beginning to hate him just as much as I am? Well, it's real enough that Gurbaksh Chahal might just land himself a reality TV show, and who knows, maybe a book deal or two, should he be interested. Good to have you. Thanks for coming.
Thank you for having me on the show.
All right, well, we do hate you here, just to get that out of the way. I should disclose that. It's interesting, when I read your story, Gurbaksh, you came to the United States with your Indian-born parents, and you were 4 years old.
That's correct.
They didn't have anything, any money.
Just a dream.
The biggest dreams they had for you, and keeping with Indian tradition, maybe become a doctor. That was it.
Yeah.
So how did they feel when you told them, I don't want the doctor thing?
I think probably let them down. Initially, it was a big shock. First of all, being 16 and going to your parents and saying, you know, school's not working out. I got this in pursuit of this dream. I want to go ahead and do this. And you know, when I look back at that, I think the thing that that I love the most is the fact they supported me. And you know, I don't know too many.
Well, now they must really support you, right? Because they must be looking at you and say, "Son, ka-ching, ka-ching." Right?
Yeah. Well, you know, in retrospect, you know, I have a great family, so I'm thankful for the values.
So you're the youngest of four.
That's correct.
How do the other three feel?
You know, they're all very successful as well. You know, two of them actually work for me in both of my companies. So, you know, I brought them along in.
That must be kind of weird. The younger brother kind of bossing you around.
It was unusual at first, but I kind of just lived up to it, and it kind of you know, even in the office, I don't think anybody even realized we were brothers and sisters, because you know, there was an image I had and I portrayed it, and I, you know, basically lived up to it, and everybody respected me as the CEO of the company.
So is the next step after all these gazillions become a TV star?
I wouldn't say a TV star. I would say that, you know, part of the process, I mean, this is my second company, and one of the things that you go through after selling it is you have this non-compete, and I do have a non-compete in starting another internet company in the league that I know best. So that's for 3 years. And
so it's a non-compete in the internet arena. You could start up an auto company if you wanted to, but just not in the internet, right?
Sure, but my passion is really in the internet, and I'm pretty sure company number 3 will come up. But kind of the thing that I love the most is challenging myself in things that I don't know how to do. So you know, one of the two things that I always wanted to do was write this book, because you know, the journey that.
What will the book be about?
Book is actually called The Dream, since I think I'm living it, but it's really the journey, the lessons, the struggles, the challenges, the whole story behind, you know, how does a 16-year-old do this and pull it off, as well as, you know, it's not easy. I mean, there's many times that in both of my successes, there's a lot of failures, and I almost lost it all, but I had to pick myself, I had to grow thick skin, and
but you lost it all when you didn't have a lot to lose. Now you have a lot more to lose. So are you ever nervous that, hey, you're 25 years old, you could live off what you've made for the rest of your life and your children's lives and your grandchildren's lives, but you worry about losing it?
I wouldn't say I would worry about it, because when I was 18, I was a millionaire. So if I wanted to...
You don't have to rub it in.
I'm not trying to rub it in. I'm saying that in terms of getting lost in the nirvana of money and all the different things, I've been through it. I've had all the stuff that I wanted, but it's no longer about the materialistic things that matter. It's really about what drives you. What can you do? What can you do to help people? And I think most importantly...
Well, are you going the Mark Cuban route, become sort of like this multi-platform media star, or a young Donald Trump, or what do you fashion for yourself?
I think I'm basically trying to go ahead and give that missing entrepreneurial spirit, or the missing edge that a lot of people have, and bring it back to life. So, you know, even the reality TV show that I'm doing is about finding the next internet entrepreneur, creating a boot camp of 10 weeks of basically finding, letting people know what it takes to be a CEO, letting people know what it takes to run a company, and then basically have America end up voting for who they want.
All right, but America's version of what it takes to be a successful CEO, you don't look like that. You know, you're a young, handsome guy, you don't wear a tie. They have a view of you know, stuffed shirts like me, you know. So how do you convince people that this young, hip guy and his demeanor is the way to internet fortune?
Well, if you look at just the last 10 years of the most successful companies on the internet, you look at Yahoo, you look at Google, you look at my 2 companies that I did, and there's several other examples like that. They all started with people that are in their 20s.
Yeah.
And they didn't have a tie. You know, they probably were in tie in certain situations. So do I. But
ties hurt you for mega wealth, don't they?
Yeah, yeah. But
do you have a tie?
I do. I have a wardrobe of ties.
You do.
But,
so when would you wear a tie? Obviously, you didn't feel it important enough for this show. But
no. But I would wear it, you know, in a business meeting where it's required. But I think that it's a great show.
So for the Yahoo thing, you wore a tie.
A couple times.
For the Cavuto thing, no tie.
Don't worry, next time.
Next time you'll wear a tie.
You tell me what color you want, you got it.
But the economy, you know what's interesting in your background, maybe a little bit crazy, a little bit feisty, but the thought of failing either never occurred to you or didn't matter. It was just, you were very, cocksure that it would all work out. Is that endemic in internet entrepreneur or entrepreneur's mindset anyway?
I think it's basically something you have to ingrain in your DNA, that failure is not an option. So obviously, there's things you do that are mistakes, and those mistakes lead you to failures.
Yeah.
But it's really figuring out that it's not the end of the world. You can basically pick yourself up, realize what you did wrong, and just move forward with it. And, I've made a lot of mistakes, but it's really trying to go and
I don't know of them. Here's what I want you to promise me. Do not do Dancing with Stars.
I promise you.
I think I think that's a bad career move either way. All right.
Okay.
Everything else is fair game.
Okay.
Gurbaksh, very, very good seeing you. It's an incredible story.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
I think you'll be hearing a little bit more about him as time.